Good afternoon everybody, and a very warm welcome to the Piaggio MP3 Explorer channel. And I am Susanna, and I am your Piaggio MP3 Explorer. And today I've taken a short hop to the Basingstoke Canal, which I'm going to show you in a little while. And I'm just going to spin you around so you can see what's going on. It's so beautiful here. I haven't been here for many years. I came here for an excursion many years. This is the Basingstoke Canal, like I said, and there is the coffee shop over there and the Marina, which we will take a look at in a short while. And then you've got the towpath that runs alongside here and all the way down this way. And according to the map, this is it here, and we are here. And it's really fun exploring the Basingstoke Canal. I've done it a lot many years ago, and so this is a bit of a trip down memory lane, and it's just nice to go out and take a short hop not too far from home and just enjoy the beautiful scenery that is here. So we'll take a little walk down there. Now whilst I've got you here, I'll show you my quick little new camera setup. I don't know how it's going to be recording. This is it here with my sort of helmet. Actually, we'll take it somewhere a bit more shady so you can have a bit more of a closer look. Hang on a sec. So here's my camera. I've just got the chin mount today, and inside you've got the audio, you've got the mic, and that's got the Cardo system, which is what that's using there. And then on here, like I said, I'm not really too sure, I'm still working on this, but this is the side mounted mount as opposed to a full-on full face front chin mount. And so I'm still working on that. Because of the way that my scooter is, it's got quite a tall screen. It does restrict the view a little bit. So, but we're still messing around with this. But I really like this. I only just got this on Friday, the mount. So, and that seems to be working really, really well. At least being stuck there. And I like the fact that it's adjustable, so you can change the angles. So that's cool. And that's kind of my helmet setup. And then I've got this little mount for my Polaroid cube, which is probably going to be made redundant now, because I suspect that what's going to happen is when I put the cube, which I haven't tried yet, that's probably going to end up showing quite a bit of the mount, so that mount might end up being a bit redundant. But I do want to get a new helmet, so this is kind of like a bit of an experiment really with this helmet, that I'm just messing around with the mounts and see what I like and what I don't like. It is just so peaceful and tranquil here. I think tranquil is the word. So it's really, really nice here. I really like it. Like I said, it's been years since I came down here. I did a boat trip here. They do boat excursions and stuff like that. And just spin you around and sort of see. I'm sort of a little bit away from the canal. So where I was standing before was sort of down there where that signboard is. That's the canal down there. And it's just so much space to do some, you can have a picnic. And I've just had to move the scooter back down this way towards the car park, which is at the back, because the Marina is over there at the far side, which we'll take a look at shortly. So many years ago, I actually did a narrowboat trip. Me and my ex-partner, we hired a narrowboat for the day, and it's absolutely brilliant. I loved it. It wasn't on the Basingstoke Canal, it was on the River Way. And we went from Farncombe to Guildford. And I absolutely loved it. It was a whole day, and you're just trundling along at literally 3 miles an hour for the whole day. Look how beautiful that is. That is so beautiful. And it's just absolutely beautiful. And you can walk for miles and miles. You really can. Let's go back the other way towards the Marina so you can actually see it. And it's just so beautiful. And it's just so nice and tranquil. It's not very far from home. And the sun is absolutely beating down. It really is. I mean, the weather today was supposed to be really, really sort of like rubbish. And it's, well, to be fair, I think it said it's going to be this afternoon, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to sort of come out. I think there's somebody running along with their dog, so let them go first. So bear with me a second. And I've got my waterproofs on as well, thinking it was going to rain. It's just so pretty here. So this is basically where I've just come. Instead of going up and over the bridge, I went under the bridge. So where I was sitting just down there. And the Marina is just up here, which I'll just show you. And you can hire boats and go for a paddle and all this kind of stuff. But it's only those little boats, which I'm not so keen on, to be honest. I did do rowing when I was at school, and that absolutely scared the bejesus out of me, to be honest. I didn't mind it when I think it wasn't so bad when there was quite a few other people, but on the same boat. I think it was like 8 man or 4 man. But when I had to do it on my own, I really didn't like it. I felt so vulnerable. But that's where you go and get your lunch, which we're about to show you. I'll put some clips in here. I've been on that. That's the John Pinkerton too. Years ago, on that little tour. That's so cool. We have a little walk round. Ooh, time for some lunch. Or breakfast mainly. Look at that bacon. That looks appetising, doesn't it? A can of Rio. The last time I've been here, I came here. As you can see, it's a beautiful idyllic spot actually. Just to go for a little ride and just sit out and chill out. And there's the towpath down the end there. We're going to go for a little explore in a little while, but it's absolutely beautiful here just to chill out. But I'm going to have some breakfast or lunch and then I'll get back to you. I'll let you know how I get on with the bacon roll. And there's the slipway, so I'll show you those as well. And then as you walk down, and like I said, this goes on for miles and miles. I've actually got a book at home on the Basingstoke Canal, and that little narrowboat there. I just love it, honestly. I think there's a chap on YouTube called Cruising the Cut, and that's his channel name. And those of you who are into your narrowboats are probably familiar with him. And he came across on my feed or something, I can't remember. And it's really piqued up my interest again in this. Because honestly, it's one of my best memories that I have, was trundling along on one of these things for the day, going through Guildford and stuff like that. On a day like today, it would be so beautiful to go for a little cruise on one of these narrowboats. It really would. I'd love to do it again, but it's not something I can do on my own. But you can organise, like I said earlier, I think, well, I might not have mentioned it, but there was a boat that passed through a narrowboat called the John Pinkerton 2. A narrowboat, and basically you can, and I've been on it before, and it takes you to Odiham Castle, and it's a ruin, and we might actually go there because it's not too far from here, so you might take a little trip to there as well. So there you go. Okay, so here we are, right, let's go. So, as you can see, I'm hoping that the phone is recording. Have a short hop to Odiham Castle and see what that's all about, because I think that's only very local to here. I'm not really too sure where it is in relation to here, which is why it says it's only 1.4 miles. So we shall see. I think I'm going to have to wheel this thing back actually, because it is on a bit of a slope. And not only that, this bike is quite heavy and I'm not overly confident with it. I was wondering what was going on there for a minute. As you can see, it's a bit potholey. Right. Oh. So hopefully this is working. Apparently it's not very far from here. I've never been before. So the marina where I was at before is just here on the left. The entrance is different from the car park. It's also a nice pub here on the right, actually, just here, as you can probably tell. It's always been tight along here. Yeah, so we're testing out this TomTom today as well. See how we're getting on with that. I'll be honest, I think I went to the cafe just at the right time, because you can see that now as the weather's picking up, people are thinking, oh, it's a nice day, what can we do? I'll tell you what, let's go down to the canal. So, you know, it's starting to pick up a little bit with people. So I got there and it's relatively quiet. If I was to go there during the week, then that would probably be better. Oh, look at this classic car coming towards us, the Citroen. Nice. And here's another classic car. I've been to Odiham Castle once, and but I went there by boat. I didn't actually go there by bike or by car or anything. I actually one of these sort of narrowboat cruises. So not really too sure how to get there, which is why I've got the TomTom. But apparently it's not very far. So since we're in Odiham, and might as well enjoy the weather whilst it's relatively decent. So down there you can see it says Hartley Whitney. My brother wants to go down there, so we'll be going down there at some point. think it seems a bit odd for it to bring me this way, because I'm basically done a U-turn. But okay. Like I said, I have no idea. I'm in total reliance. And this is the CarPlay that I just got recently. I'm really pleased with it. Really cheap. And it works a treat. Oh. Yeah, see, this is what I don't understand. You see, the way that I've just come, I could have done it a different way, and I think it would have been quicker. But anyway, let's see what it says. It says turn right here, apparently. Okay. Is this it? Okay. Well, let's have a go, see what happens. I haven't seen a sign that says okay. Well, this is new to me. Okie dokie, let's go. Oh, this is nice. So what does it want us to do? Okay. Oh, look at that. Right, okay. Oh, great. Yeah, I do remember coming down here. But I'm assuming I have to park along here somewhere. Wow. But I don't know where. I would have thought there was. Am I allowed down there? It says no, except for access. Yeah, you see, I don't know. Should I try it? I don't know. I mean, I do want access, but I don't know if I'm allowed to. Right. Okay. Right, so there's no parking here. So I don't think I'm supposed to come down here, but I'm not sure how you can get down here otherwise. I think you can access the ruins from here, but I just don't know where to leave Litland. So I guess we'll just go home. Well, that was a shame because I would have liked to have seen the castle. What I might do is I'll come back another day and see if there's anywhere else that I can sort of park it. So we'll do that. We'll see what happens. I was thinking it might give me access to the castle. Right, okay, so let's go to... Okay, so let's just go to... Right, oh, right, okay, so we can go home. Yeah, so we'll do it. Now, what I have noticed is that on the CarPlay, it does say that the battery is quite low. but it's connected to the scooter. It does say there. Anyway, right. I guess we'll get to have a look at the animals again and come down this little. I thought he might have been able to be a car park along here or something. So obviously I can access it, but I'll have to leave the scooter somewhere, but I have no idea where to leave it. So I will probably check again, because this looks like it's all just for residents. Which is a bit of a shame, because I wanted to look at the castle. What I'll do is, if I can find some images, I'll see if I can stick an image up or something. I think I've got some images up from when I came here years ago. I mean, it's been fun though, I have to say. You know, going to the Basingstoke Canal, and I'm going to probably do a bit more of the Basingstoke Canal by scooter. Let's just hope that there's nobody around here. You never know, because it's so tight. So I head back home. And then I can sort of show you the route that I thought it was going to take me to. I'm not sure, but I think I felt a spot of rain on the visor, or I saw a spot of rain on the visor. So I don't know if you noticed, I mean, like I say, this is the first time I'm really using a TomTom. It was giving me some options to get home. And I just picked the most direct one, because I've been out for a little while today, so that's kind of enough, really. I don't mind going direct home. So I thought we'd be coming from here, and I'll show you where we would have picked it up from. Now, one of the things I like about this TomTom app is you've got this current speed for the road, and then you've got my actual speed just below it. And if you go slightly over, it sort of gives you an amber warning. And if you go way over, I don't know if it's done under, as you can see, it's just popped up. And if you go slightly over, it goes to an amber, and if you go really over, then it goes to a red. So I thought that we were going to come out from this roundabout and then backtrack to where we've just come from. So now we're now back on the Alton Road. As we make a climb up towards RAF Odiham. Oh, like I said, it's come up to amber again, just popped up. We can now do so I do like that feature on the TomTom app. And I'm not actually too sure, because my brother likes Google Maps, and I've used Google Maps a few times. and I quite like it, but I can't remember. I mean, I think Google Maps uses mobile data. I'm sure that's what it is. But I think the TomTom uses GPS. So I think the TomTom's actually better when you get into the more remote areas, because it's going by the GPS and not by signal, phone signal. So we've just passed RAF Odiham entrance on the left there. Oh. And the weather looks like it's closing in again. So it might be a good time to get home. It's been a lovely ride. Right, we can now do 50. There we go. And we need to get up this hill. So now coming up to the end of the runway at RAF Odiham, and you'll see the sort of ILS system, I think it is, that they've got here. Beautiful scenery today. There you go, there's all the lighting. There's this, so the runway's off to the left. This road on the left, I'm going to take a ride down it. I haven't been down that road for many, many years, but I know where it takes me roughly. I just haven't been down there for many years. It's all those things that, like I said, you know, about living in the countryside or living away from London, it's easier to get to places. It's turned out to be a really nice afternoon, to be fair. I mean, the weather forecast is supposed to be really bad, but it hasn't turned out that way at all. Okay, so we've got to keep this down to... Don't upset the locals or my sat-nav. Now this crossroads that we're just approaching now, that really intrigues me about where we are, about where it takes you. I mean, obviously it tells you where it takes you, but it's just the route. Yeah, you look up these roads sometimes and you go, oh, that looks interesting, I wonder where that goes. So South Walborough. Got a little amber warning. And now we've got the national speed limit applies. Well, on this bit you've got to be a bit careful because there's some nasty potholes along here. Oh, there's one of our buses. The driver didn't recognise me. I recognise him. See what I mean? I just about caught the edge of that. So far, I have to say, I've been very impressed with the with the TomTom sat nav. And I think I'm going to keep it on my phone. And just as a point of reference, just to let people know, as a bit of this is only my personal opinion, it's not worth for what it's worth. It's actually quite good to have more than one sat nav on your phone. Because if you get into difficulties with trying to work out where you are, it might just be that one of the other apps that you might have on your phone might get you out of trouble. And I think the TomTom app works via the GPS on the phone as opposed to the mobile data. I think that's my understanding. I could be wrong. But I'm loving this Android Auto, if I can get my words out. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It sits perfectly behind the windscreen and it's nicely tucked away and protected from the shelter and the wind. And it's really lightweight as opposed to my my Garmin. Now you're going to get to see a nice piece of recently tarmacked road. I mean, because it was so bad before, and they closed the road off for a while, about 3 weeks ago. They closed it for about a week. So this is the route that I would expect it for me to take. But you can go straight on into central Alton, but from where I live in Alton, it's better to come this way. So this whole bit here is brand new. It's like a billiard table now. It's like really smooth. And it was absolutely terrible before. You've got to be careful when you come around this corner, because sometimes you get the bigger vehicles and they take up more space. Now, the Android Auto is connected to my USB, and the USB is USB-A on the scooter, and it's enough to power it. But what I have seemed to notice that on this TomTom app, there's a little battery symbol there, and it seems to be on the red, so there isn't much. So it makes me wonder whether or not the app is using more power or more data or something than what the USB, whereas Google Maps I think is more friendly, which is an interesting fact, well, an interesting point, an observation, I guess. And I'm guessing it's just because when you go into the settings, the more that you have advanced settings, I guess it's the more information and power requirement it needs. And I'm assuming that's what it might be. So it will be interesting if I use one of, because I'm looking at possibly using the Curvinger app or the Calimoto app, whether I'm going to have the same trouble. Don't think he had earmuffs on. So yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting to see if I had took this on a longer journey, whether or not it would. I mean, I think nowadays technology, they tend to try and make things that consume very little power. So I'm thinking it would still last a while, but I don't know, it's just an interesting observation that I've just noticed, or that I had noticed, So here it wants me to go straight on to get home, but I'm going to go this way because this is the way that I prefer to go home. And it's actually, because if I go straight down, it'll take me through town. And basically what you're doing coming this way is you're cutting the dog leg out. But it's good because it's recalculating, so it's doing what it needs to do. It's been a very enjoyable afternoon, I have to say. And the weather's starting to close in now, so maybe I'll get back before it really chucks it down, but I don't know if it will or not. But it's been really nice. I've enjoyed it today. I'm putting a few more miles on the clock as well, because usually my mileage is pretty much work related mileage. So anyway, at this point, it's if you've enjoyed the video, then thank you for watching. Until the next time, my name's Susanna and I'm the MP3 Explorer. Goodbye.